Gotta get these things moved up out of the way. When you unfold it, they hit on this leg here and then they bend. Kind of a neat design. Alright, since we're going to be hoeing pre-emergence of this barley up here, we're going to take these depth wheels, kind of drop them down a little bit, that way the hoe's not too far in the ground pulling out all of our barley. What I'm up to right now is I've got the rotary hoe on here, and what we're going to do for weed control out here is before this barley emerges, it's been probably about a week, maybe a little less than a week. I'm going to run this hoe across the ground, kind of a little bit lighter, not going down to the seed, but disturbing just the top of the soil to pull up any weeds that may have already started. And you can see I am probably at the max depth that I want to go on it, because we have a barley plant right there that was pulled out by the hoe, and here's another one. So I may actually want to raise the hoe up just a little bit so we don't pull out any more barley. Basically what we got going on here is a Yetter Farm Equipment rotary hoe 3528. These things are, okay, that bearing is going out. Well, never mind that, and the trash on it. These things are called spoons on here, or spiders, whatever you really want to call it, doesn't really matter to me. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we got 16 little spoons on each of these, okay? Now you multiply that by how many are on here. That is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 92, 93, 94, 95. Okay, we got 95 spiders on this thing times 16 spoons per spider. I don't even know if that's what they're called, but we're gonna call it that. We do a little math here. 16 times 95. We have 1,520 little spoons, okay, digging the dirt up out here, pulled by this is a New Holland T6 175. You multiply the T is times 6 of this number. Let's do a little quick math. Get the horsepower of this tractor. 6 times 175. 1,050 horsepower. Okay. That should be enough horsepower to pull this thing at 30 miles an hour across this field and really eat up the acres today. So that's what we are gonna do. Let's go out here. I already ran it a little bit. We'll have a look, see what the emergence looks like. Oh, look at that right off the bat. You have got to be kidding me. Now that wonderful creature is a wireworm. That thing has got to go. Oh my gosh. What is even... You're getting... stuff all over the lens. I probably just cut the lens also. That is nasty. Okay, anyways, that wireworm is dead. Let's have a look at the emergence. Okay. Well, it's coming up nicely, but there is another wireworm. Oakley, here, get a hold. Good boy. All right, well. Okay, you know what? Let's just see. What, I'm curious, is there any more wireworms out here? Like, do we got a major problem? Oh, there's another one. You're going right here. You better watch out. If somebody's watching me, they're probably like,
why are you the way that you are?
Anyways, I don't think that wireworm is going to be able to reproduce now, which is a good thing. He understands what that means. Gotta get this pivot moved because it's kind of way out there, you know, not even close to the middle. So now this right here is kind of what we're really focused on getting pulled out of the ground. That little weed right there. Perfect time to get them. Also, that's a volunteer buckwheat that wasn't really pulled out. But yeah, the weeds are just starting. You know, they're like white hairs right now. It's like the perfect time to have the hoe out here. Oh, look at that. Right on the surface. Another wire worm. Alright, we got a little real-time update. So the actual speed we're running, 10 miles an hour at 28 feet, means this thing is calculating it out at, I probably can't even read it, but it says 19.82 acres an hour. right as it starts to rain. Now when you rotary hoe, you definitely don't want to hoe and then have it rain right after, but I think this rain is just a little storm coming through, and the moisture's not going to add up to really anything, so I think we're going to be okay. If not, it just dumps 7 inches of rain in the next 24 hours, then we'll have to come back out here when it dries out and hoe it again, but I doubt that's going to be the case. Alright you guys, I am currently working on the last main pivot that we're going to be putting up on our farm, and after this one is done, basically the entire farm has been put under pivot now. What we have to do now is, it's all put together, we got boots on it, it's all connected, everything, all the drop tubes are on, nozzles are on, regulators, and I've wired up most of the tower boxes. I just have this one right here, and then the end tower box and the auto reverse, auto stop box. The next thing we got to do is we have to bring power out to here, and that power is actually all the way down at that well right there. We're going to be trenching all the way up over that hill right there to get power out here. And then we have an existing main line that's pretty close right here. You can see it runs along this hill and goes down. We're gonna tie into that main line, so we won't really need that much main line put in. As far as gearboxes, drive motors, tires, I think there is like 1 or 2 towers on this pivot that do need a couple drive motors and axles put on. Okay, come on. You get up here, Will. You're young and strong, right? No, you're not. You're getting old. Okay. Okay. I'll just suck it up and all right, we made it up. So here is the tower box I'm working on right now. It's a used one, but I think all the electronic parts are fine on it. We will definitely find out when we turn it on. Get those micro switches broken in. All right, we got this tower box all wired up right there. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take this arm right here, which goes in this hole right here, and then the other side bolts underneath right here on the bottom of the tower box. And what this is, the inside towers have to walk a lot slower than outside towers. They're moving at different rates, and so to keep the entire pivot in alignment, as they walk along, this rod, this arm is going to hit inside of this bracket here, either direction, and it'll pull this arm underneath here. And when you do that, you can see it moves these micro switches. Now when it's running, it's only going to be working this one right here. This is your forward and reverse micro switch, and then this one right here is your kill switch, which it'll kill the pivot if one of the towers gets out of alignment for some reason. It'll break the circuit with that kill one there and prevent a major problem. Sometimes I'll just cut these kill wires so that we don't have to have energy running to this kill switch all the time, and that really cuts back on the power bill. But this one will keep wired up.
You're so smart. You're so effing smart.
Let's get this arm bolted on here, and then we'll set these micro switches to the right spec, because right now, yeah, I have no idea where they're at. All right, now that we got this arm put on under here, we're gonna make a couple adjustments to get the kill switch set and then the run switch set. So first thing that we're gonna do is right here, you can see this micro switch needs to be sitting in the bottom of this valley right here. So how we're gonna adjust that is by these two nuts under here. We'll either back this one off or we'll bring it in to get that in the valley. So we'll kind of back this nut off right here, push it in, and there we go. Maybe out just a touch like that right there, and then tighten this nut back up, and then this one on this side will tighten up. Next thing that we're gonna do, now that we have this set right there correctly, we're gonna take one of our $700 Valley micro switch adjusting wrenches, and we're gonna set these switches. We'll set the kill one first. That's the wrong one. Get the other $700 one right here. And on the inside of them, there's a little Allen head that you either turn in or out to get that switch adjusted where you want it. Now the kill switch you kind of want set not as sensitive as the run micro switch, because obviously if it's still in alignment and you know the kill switch goes off, then the whole pivot shuts down. So it's going to be out just a little bit more than the run switch. So once you hear that click like that, that's when you know the micro switch is either open or closed the circuit, and that's the correct width that we want right there. So kill switch is set. Now we're going to set this run switch and do the same thing. So then when you pull on this arm here, push or pull, it's going to move this micro switch and you'll hear it go off and on. And you really don't want to be reefing on it either way. If you're doing that, then this thing is set either too far in or too far out. So you just want a light pull to get that switch pretty sensitive. On this Allen screw here, it really only takes, I mean, it's a very fine adjustment. It's hardly even a 1/16 of a turn sometimes. But now I've got equal pressure on both sides, and this micro switch is going off and on just like it should. Then if it gets too far out of alignment, the kill switch will come in like this, just like that.